Hi, it's Michelle Berger of buffmother.com here to do a little stretching tutorial for you. I've had several of my clients asking about just a basic stretching routine that they can do daily that will just help foster their stretching but not really be super time consuming. So I'll bring you through some stretches that I typically do with my clients almost every appointment. And they take, depending on how long we do them and how, complete we do everything, 5 to 10 minutes. So let's get started. The first stretch we just start with is just basically reaching over your head. This is a good way to just get things moving. I like to talk to my clients while I do this. So anyway, it's kind of good to just kind of go to the side and keep those arms stretched above. Make sure you're breathing. Now, each one of these stretches, I like to hold for right around 10 seconds. I'm not big into stretching statically for long periods of time, but just slight, pauses in each stretch is very good. So we'll go back over to the other side once again. Now, this is stretching your sides, your abs, allowing your shoulders to stretch above you, just stretching your spine a little bit. Now I'm bring the arms down, make a nice T, and then what I like to do is bend right over at the hips. Now don't round your back on this one. You want to keep your back nice and straight, sticking your butt out behind you. And I like looking forward. So if I have a mirror in front of me, I'll just look at myself, try to hold my arms out nice in front of me. This is going to stretch your hamstrings, your glutes, your shoulders even. Now just go ahead and let those arms come down to the side. Now bend your knees, and then I want you to come back up. And this time what we're going to do is just fold over. So you're going to let that back round. And make sure you're breathing as you do these. The back rounds up, touching your toes, traditionally how you normally would touch your toes. Now you're going to feel this in a slightly different area than you did before. Now what I want you to do is kind of rotate a little bit to the right side. So you're going to feel this in the left side of your back, and then let's just rotate over to the other side a little bit. All right, now we're going to go to the floor, so bend your knees, get down, and do what I call a basic hurdler stretch. So you put your knee, you bend your knee and put your foot on the inside, and you're just going to sit up nice and tall and lean towards this foot. Now if you can touch it, that's fine. Go ahead and do that, but sometimes we're not that flexible, so just lean towards that leg. Nice and straight on. I like to grab my toe because then I get a good stretch all in the back of my calf all the way up to my glute. Take a couple good breaths and then go ahead and switch. Now any of these you can do with your foot flexed like I am, or you can point your toe. Typically for athletic maneuvers, having your toe flexed is more common, so you want to definitely do that. If you're really stretching for like dance or to get the splits, you might want to point your toes, but if you have lots of time, you can always do both. All right, so then we're going to go ahead and do the straddle, and this time instead of sitting straight up, just kind of roll over to the side. So kind of switch your arms, left arm to right leg. And so this is going to stretch your side again, but also your hamstring on this side. All right, and then we'll go ahead and do the other side. And a nice big breath, and then we'll just come to the middle. Come down as far as you feel comfortable. With any stretching, you don't want to make it hurt, like badly hurt. Just having a little tight stretch, having the muscle tight and where you can feel tension, that's good, but not hurting. All right, now come back up and we'll just go to this leg, kind of bend over, knee to head to knee, and then we'll go ahead and go to this side. Okay, so that's the straddle stretch. So I didn't hold that one super long, you can hold it longer. Now we're going to do the butterfly. Traditionally, you want to bring your feet in as close to your body as possible. And then you push down with your elbows onto your thighs. So this is going to be stretching your groin. Now be really careful not to overstretch that area. You definitely don't want to strain your groin. Nice, about 10 seconds on that. And then I want you to slide your feet out further so your legs are more in a diamond. And then we're just going to lean forward. You can grab hold of your feet, pull your body forward. You should feel this in the outside of your hips and your lower back. And I call this the diamond stretch. All right, now what we're going to do is stretch our quads, and basically what you want to do is put your feet on the ground, bring your knee in to your butt, having your hands behind you. So I'll show you once again. Knee to your butt, hands behind you, and then you're just going to lean up and then kind of inch those hands closer to your heels, and then push your knees down to the ground. Okay, so you're stretching your quads. You should feel it here and here. Now, on this one, you can kind of lean to one side a little bit to emphasize your right quad. Lean to the other side to emphasize your left quad. Of course, you can do them both at the same time. And then we'll go ahead and get up. Now, what we're going to do is some wall stretches. So you find the wall, and we're going to stretch your calves. Now, the first one, you keep your back leg straight, and you're going to push into the wall, stretching that calf. Kind of like you're going to push the wall down. Okay, and I'll switch legs, keeping that back leg straight. Heel to the ground, make sure your heel's to the ground. You should feel this in your, all the way up the back of your calf. Now we're going to do one where we're going to bend our knee. So bend the back knee. You're going to feel this in a different muscle inside your calf, more on the inner muscles. It's kind of more awkward feeling, but bend that back knee and then stretch it down. All right. Now on the wall, we're going to go ahead and do our quads once again. So just use the wall for balance. Grab that leg, that foot behind you, and just pull it towards your butt. Now if you're really flexible, you can lean forward a little bit more to accentuate the stretch. If you have a partner, they can hold your foot. You really get that stretch good, but just a little more stretching on those quads. And then next we're going to do some arm stretches on the wall. Now, whenever I stretch, I usually do it when I'm warmed up. So either after my workout, after my warm-up. Also, sometimes I'll do it after my shower because it'll be nice and warm, or after a warm bath because then you're nice and warmed up. You don't want to stretch on cold, your cold body. Okay, so now what we're going to do is a wall stretch for our back and shoulders. So basically stretch your arms up over your head, put your body nice and close to the wall, and then stick your butt out behind you as you slide down. You want to be standing about 2 feet from the wall, and this opens up your shoulder joint. And then I put my face on either side. So a few seconds on the right, a few seconds on the left, and then come up. Now this next one, you come to the wall, put your arm, so basically you're standing right facing the wall. Go ahead and just put one arm out, and then you rotate open this way. So you're kind of opening your chest this way, keeping that arm where it was when you were facing the wall completely. And now we're going to do this arm. So face the wall completely and open. It's really good for your chest and your shoulders. Alright, now we'll do a few more arm stretches. So basically just take your hand to your elbow, push your arm across your body, and you can like wiggle your hand a little bit. You can come up a little bit, down a little bit, get that shoulder stretched out, and then go ahead and do the other one. And up a little bit, a little bit. Where you feel the most tightness, sometimes that's where you need the little extra tension. All right, so now let's just do some arm circles. And then what I want you to do is what I call a scarecrow. So you're gonna look like a scarecrow. So you have your arms hanging down here, elbows bent at 90 degrees, and then we're just gonna rotate back as far as we can and rotate down as far as we can, keeping that scarecrow look the entire time. So you just kind of keep your upper arms in the same position and stretch forward and then down this way. Okay, now let's go ahead and stretch our wrists. So just basically push against your hand and just push it up. And then we'll do the other hand. And then we're going to push this way, the opposite way. Now don't get super aggressive with these, but this is great because if you're new to lifting, you're going to find that your wrists can take a brunt of the work initially, because just the strength of the tendons in there take a little time. Okay, so just do some wrist circles. And now we're going to do overhead tricep stretch. So you basically want to be trying to push your hand down the middle of your back and pushing that shoulder, that elbow back behind you, stretching that tricep. That must be really flexible on those for some reason. All right. Now, I know we used to do this in elementary school or junior high. Try to grab your hands. Now, if you can't, that's okay. You know, if you're here, just try to put this arm behind you so you're going to feel the stretch in here. And try to reach up to touch your other hand. Now, if you're really good, you can grab a hold of them. All right, and then let's switch arms. And see, this one I can do. I have a little bit of a shoulder injury on my right shoulder that prevents it from going back like my left one. But, so, that's a goal one, is to actually be able to grab. Now, I'm going to bring you through a lunge series. This is one that's great for before or during or after running, during your leg workouts too, because your hip flexors really get tight and they can cause back issues. So a lot of times I just finished there. So that was about 10 minutes of a stretching routine that you can do as a basic one, and then you can add in this lunge series wherever you think is necessary. So basically the lunge series is, we're going to start off with our body off the ground, our knees off the ground. We're going to be upright position and really leaning forward to stretch this back hip flexor. So you just make sure you stay upright, almost like think about yoga position kind of thing. So your body's upright. You don't have to put your hands over your head. And if you need help with balance, don't hesitate to use the wall. And so you just kind of lean down into that. You're going to feel a good stretch here. Now, goal on this is to stay square. If you feel like your hips are, going like this, try to keep those hips square. So we're keeping your hips square. So like both sides of my shorts are the same distance. So I'm trying to keep that square. All right. So now let's do the other leg. So just kind of ease into it. So yeah, as I go along, I kind of get a little lower, and I'm checking my, making sure that I'm not twisting like this. I want to keep straight and square. So I'm stretching that hip flexor nice and square, good alignment. And go ahead and use a mirror if you need to. Now these are great for helping you to be able to progress towards doing the splits. So if you're hoping to do the splits someday, these are great. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and go down on our knee. And what I want to do on this one is I want to clench my glute so that my hip rotates forward just slightly, and you're going to feel a good stretch in right around that hip joint. And you might feel it in your quad too. So you just clench your glutes for about 3 seconds and then relax. And clench again and relax. Okay, then now done that 3 times. We'll go ahead and come forward, still staying upright. I don't want you bent over like this. I want your upper body upright. You can feel this in your hips again. Think about your alignment so you're not going like this. You're keeping your legs straight, your hips rather straight, and you're just going down. Okay, and then rock back, and you stretch your hamstring on this one. Now I have my toes pointed on this, and then we're going to come down again. Hold that for about 5 seconds. And then we're going to rock back again, and this time flex our toes up. So you're going to feel that in a different spot. All right. Now, this time I do want you to come forward. So come forward towards your knee. So you're going to feel this more in the back of your hamstring. And then make sure you're sliding that hip behind you. All right. And then rock back once again, and I want you leaning forward this time. And then this time, come put your hands on the inside of your leg as you stretch down, sliding that back knee behind you and more if you need to. Make sure you're breathing. And then I want you just to go ahead and open up this way, and then we'll switch to do the other leg. So that's kind of nice and handy. All right, so we are starting with clenching the glutes. 1, 2, 3, and relax. And 1, 2, 3, and relax. And then once again, 1, 2, 3, relax. All right. Now come forward. Make sure you're staying upright at this point. Make sure you're keeping your alignment, not twisting open, and that you're breathing. Okay, so rock back, keeping that toe pointed, keeping your body upright. I guess it's not so much upright in this position, it's more just straight. You want to keep your body straight. I don't want you rolling over like this. Body straight. Good posture. Erect, more so. All right, so come down. You might notice that the second time you go through, you come forward, you're going to be able to go down much further. That's the goal. Now, these muscles are your hip flexors, plus they're also your psoas muscles in your body, and they're hooked into your back. So that's what I was saying. A lot of times if you have back issues, it's related to your hip flexor flexibility. All right, so this time, flex your toe up. Still keep your body erect, just so you're not rolled over. And grab that toe. All right. Now, this time, we're going to put hands on either side and lean forward towards our knee. Now, like I said, if you need to move that back leg behind you a little bit. Now, I'm rather flexible, so don't feel bad if you can't make this look like what I'm doing. I'm not like, I can't do the splits or anything, but I'm a little more flexible than average, I would say. All right. So now this time you are rolled over, going to that leg, leaning your head towards your knee. And then now this time, put your hands on the inside, lean forward. And then let's open it up. All right, now what we're going to do is what's called a frog. So basically, like the diamond that we did earlier, but opposite with our knees on the ground. So I'll show you from the side. Basically, Put your feet together and put your knees out. And you're going to feel a good stretch in those hips. Now in this, what I want you to do is I want you to push your knees into the ground for 3 seconds. And then go ahead and relax and see if you can stretch a little further. And push your knees into the ground. And then relax. You might just open up that hip joint a little bit more. Alright, so now we're on our knees. Let's just do like some circles. So go to the left side, right side, tuck your tummy in, and over to the left side, right side, butt out behind you, and tummy in. Now we'll switch directions. Left side, right side, rotate it in, and left side, right side, rotate it in. Alright, so that can give you a good little basis for some stretching to do. Like I said, you could stop after the first 10 minutes, or you continue on for the next 10 minutes to do the lunge series all at once. It's really good. But you know, even if you just did the first 10 minutes of the stretching series and do that consistently each time you work out as part of your cool down routine, or like in between lifts, that's a lot of what I do. I don't do it often all at once. I'll take some time in between during my rest interval between sets, and then I'll do my stretching. So stretching is important, but remember, if you use really good form in your lifting, you're going to find that you automatically are stretching. It's kind of like active stretching, and you're going to get more flexible. I know as I've been consistent lifting weights for the last 13, 14 years, I have definitely become more flexible. So get after it. Like anything, it works if you work it, make it a habit, and you'll find that you really do enjoy adding in a little stretching and flexibility training to your workouts. All right, take care. Bye.